Friends, family, fans, we're coming to you live from Tornado headquarters in the middle of Iowa, Dallas Center, and we've got a tornado watch. It's been a day. We are going half an hour early, unfortunately. I'm going to be sitting underneath my chair for the next few hours after this in a cellar. That's pretty nasty, but luckily I fixed the water filter. Go check out my Twitter. Fun story about that on there. Today's been a day. It started off with Phoebe, who always sits over here in the chair next to me, my supervisor. She decided you're going to get an ear infection, and I think she hurt herself playing with her brother and was having like a panic attack last night. So I stayed up with her the entire night. I got like 90 minutes sleep. Off we go. Take her to the vet, take care of the vet stuff. Come back. Guess what? Tornado watch now. So I've done two of the most anxiety-inducing things that kind of happen in my life: take my dog to the vet, and now I have to deal with a tornado because I don't really do the tornado stuff. I'm from South Africa. So not the best of days for your boy. But we on the show. We've got the helmet. As long as we got the helmet, Mike, we're safe, right? We're safe with the helmet on. By the way, take a look at this camera. I'll take the helmet off real quick just so we can take a nice peek at this helmet. Like, look at this. Like, look at this camera. I'm crystal clear now. I just got out the shower. I just got done mowing the yard because the yard was like 1,000,000 inches high. I don't think you guys give a shit about that. Let's talk about some golf. Let's bring in what we want, and that is the model. Oh, dude, Brian, tough scene. You know what? I always make the best of it, though. Mrs. Maniac's busy prepping downstairs. It's going to be cozy. We're going to chill out, have some fun. Hopefully the house is still here when we get upstairs. Eddie the Eagle Edwards. Oh, boy. The caddy coming in hot. All right, folks, let's get into this thing. Well, we're going to go off expeditionary way over here because we're just going to hit the outrights right off the bat. This is going to be a very simple situation. This is our situation right here. We are betting a total of 7 dudes, and they're starting at 45-1. If you go over to Bet365, you can find yourself these odds in the each way extra placings. So what you do is you're getting these sick ass outright odds like Benny on. Just for instance, right now, the best you can find Benny on is 28-1. You know, I think right now over at Bet365, if I click on these buttons here real quick, each way extra, Benny on is 35-1. So the 45 is gone, but there's a 35. It's better than the 28s out there. So you can go out there and get some fun stuff. So this is my betting card for the week. Usually I try and keep it to 7 extra turn. I'm cool going at 6.4, considering a lot of half my investment essentially is for an each way of 3 places. So I need a top 3. Ties are going to cut that in half or more. So that's the philosophy here. As you can see, the return is $84 minimum, $78 minimum for the Peter Quest bet. That's going to cut. We probably should have bet a touch more on him. I don't know why we bet only $3. Maybe we bet $3.50. We'll have to go back and make it a tiny bit more. So let's do that. See what happens if we go 325. Cool. Then we've got to 85. So let's bet 325 just for the sake of, and then we are looking good. So the top 3s are going to cost the same amount as the outrights. They will return more than what we're betting in total. This 78.50 is all of this stuff right over here. This is a total of 78.50. So we're betting 78.50 to return a total of $540 minus the, whatever else we spent. I haven't netted it out yet. I had to do a brand new thing right after mowing the lawn. So this is our guys running through our boys, and then we're going to get into some placement bets, which I haven't even made yet, which we're going to do live on the show and then get the hell out of here. Benny on 45-1. This guy's been balling out. Top 5s in abundance the last little while. Loves himself some Texas golf. The guy hits his long irons like a savant. Loves himself these golf courses. He's just playing great golf. Top 5s in abundance for Benny on. Getting him at 45-1 with that 9-1. Top 3 was quite nice. Love what we got going on there. Small hands, Tom Kim. Shout out to my main man, Sweet Spot DFS, a.k.a. Darbo. Small hands, Tom Kim, 60-1, back on the card. His putter is starting to find its groove. 2 comp courses that I've used for this week are TPC Summerlin, Sedgefield Country Club. Those are the 3 wins that Tom Kim has had. I'm going back to the well with small hands, Tom Kim. He's going to do his thing. Everybody's Netflix superstar. He's going to steal Joel Damon's thunder, and it's going to be a good old time. Tom Kim, 60-1, 12-1 for a top 3. So we love that with small hands, Tom Kim, around it. Kind of positional golf course, kind of not. Anyone's capable of thriving around here off the tee. His irons have been dialed. The putter seems to be finding its way back in business. Let's see what our boy can do for us. We've hit him 2 times of the 3 wins. So he's our guy. Then we've got KH Lee at 70-1, defending champion from 2 years ago and the year before that. He's won it 2 out of the 3 times so far at this event. He's had 2 top 10s, I believe, this year. We're getting 70-1 odds for a defending champion, essentially, of the last 2 of the last 3, like I just mentioned. Whereas Siwoo Kim is currently sitting at 14-1, 17-1. Like, I can't believe what the hell we are seeing here for the outright market for Siwoo. It's disgusting numbers. 16s, gross ass stuff. KH, the big sexy. Ooh, we've got 2 KH Lees. So this is going to help us with our little return here. Take a look at all this stuff. Let's get rid of all of this. I was rolling there too. I was really rolling. Wow, now we're back in business for ourselves. Let me just make sure I've got everybody. Yes, we do. All right, cool. So we're at 7.5x return, including our top 3. So I don't mind kind of betting it this way. If you're asking me, I'd be cool almost going to 6x with the top 3s. I think that would kind of still prove profitable for us. But let's get back in that sexy ass groove that we were rocking. Hoffman withdrew yesterday. Yes, brutal stuff, Brian. Fuck, that's not ideal. So we'll have to find somebody else. So Chucky Seagulls is, you know what? Let's do this. Can we pull the eliminate button here? Boom. X, eliminate. He's out the equation. Bang. Okay. So he's out the equation. Let's actually just get him completely out of here. Wow. We're just Xing guys out of this outright card. We were flowing. Let's take a sip of some. Zoom back in on this nice camera. Look at this. This is crystal clear shit. Also, by the way, if you're watching this, 500 subscribers on my channel allows me to do some fun stuff. So I can get people like subscribers. I can have fun, unique stuff for people that are part of the channel that want to help me support this. I'm trying to do this full time. So buying a nice ass camera, I will promise you the majority of what comes through this YouTube channel, I'll use for like prizes and fun stuff to make this. I want to take this money that comes in from this channel and throw it right back at this channel, have some badass lights, soundboards, all that shit as we go. So please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, tell your friends, tell your families, tell strangers on the street. I don't give a shit. I want to get to 500 subscribers. Episode 100 is coming up in 4 episodes after this. If we can get like 100 subscribers in the next 4 episodes, I will be thrilled. I will love you guys. Potentially, the sooner I can start making money, the sooner we're going to start dishing it out. I'm going to start trying to get some merch, some Back 9 Bets merch. We're trying to get some Rotoballer merch. So anyway, cheers to some limoncello LaCroix. Very good flavor, one of my favorites. I'll drink some Coors Lights once we're downstairs. But anyway, back to business here. So we've essentially eliminated a majority of our guys. Charlie Hoffman out the mix. KH Lee, like we said, we've seen some fun stuff from him. Ryan Fox kind of played nicely, was at the top of the leaderboard at the Masters. Then he hooked up with Garrick Higo. You know what? That's exactly where we're going to add. We just hit a massive speed bump there with KH Lee, didn't we? It's going to be okay. It's going to be just fine. So we're going to go back here, and I'm going to look for a certain somebody by the name of Garrick Higo. And he's going to be Charlie Hoffman's replacement. He's 175-1 in this betting market that we are busy doing. So that's exactly, he goes as we go. We go as he go. Okay. That's exactly what we're doing. He's 175-1. So that means he's 35-1. Oh boy. That's quite the situation there. All right. So we're back in business now. We've got 7.5-1, but this might not be the entire thing. It is the entire thing. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're back in business. We had to do a few things. Charlie Hoffman ate the dust. It's okay. Probably saved us some cash. Now we're back in business. Why, thank you, Dylan. All you had to say was dude, this is what are you going to find any other podcaster wearing a bicycle helmet on a Tuesday night in the middle of his podcast studio with a badass brand new camera. Nice. Yes, I would love them to do it, but they know we've been smashing them with them. We are undefeated on that prop, by the way. So we'll get back in business, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so back to business here. So Garrick Higo and Ryan Fox both played together at the Zurich Classic. What you're looking for from those kind of situations, they just sprung themselves into form. Fox played okay for a little bit of the Masters. Higo, obviously, they finished quite nicely up there. I had them for a freaking top 3. Guess what? They finished 4th. So betting this top 3 thing is going to be tilting, but I still kind of like it for the outright side. Like we're going to cash some big numbers on these outrights. And, we've had so many seconds. Why the hell not keep rolling with them? So we would have cashed Benny On at the Sony. We would have cashed Sahith Theegala at the Century. We would have cashed Brian Harmon and Wyndham Clark at the Players. We would have cashed Wyndham Clark at the API. We would have cashed. Let's keep on going about all the second place finishes we've had this year. So lots of fun. This is why we're doing this. Truly laughed aloud when the car in the feed tornado. Yes, dude. This is it. This is why we're subscribing, Michael, because it's fun. This is fun. We're trying to make golf betting fun. So getting back to business, yeah. Those two boys coming off a hot Zurich, it's absolutely nothing to go off of outside of the fact that they could finally find a bit of form for themselves. They both 125 to 1, 175 to 1 over at Bet365. The beautiful thing is we know that both of these guys have won on the DP World Tour. Higo's actually won the Pimento Championship Jake Pimento Championship, or the Chicken Pimento Sandwich Championship a while ago, Palmetto Championship, whatever you want to call it. He has done that. So we know he's a winner on the PGA Tour. We know he can do that. Ryan Fox has won multiple times. He won the BMW Championship just not so long ago over at the, Wentworth over there in England. So he's won that tournament. He can win tournaments. We know he can do what he can do. And then we've got Peter Quest, Master over here, 130 to 1. Spencer and I spoke about him on the Rotoballer PGA show. By the way, the reason I'm kind of glossing over these outrights is because I spoke about the majority of them last night on our wonderful Rotoballer PGA show. Go check it out there. It's on the Rotoballer Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. It's on the live tab. It's always going to be on the live tab. We're the only live show on that channel. So it's a perfect way to find our stuff easily. So go subscribe to the Rotoballer channel as well. We are trying to grow that show. So Peter Quest and I and Spencer and a whole bunch of guys on the Twitter sphere are going to be riding Peter Quest at 130 to 1. It's a bit of a mini community ride right now at 130. So see what Peter can get up to for us. He's a great long iron player, hits it a ton of miles off the tee. Let's see what he can do. He's dynamite. He's explosive. We haven't seen him on the PGA Tour for quite a while. I don't know if they're going to get this event in by Sunday. The weather's shit, dude. We've got weather in freaking Iowa that's going to blow us apart here. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. So that's the situation and the outright situations. We've got Benny On at 45 to 1. Small hands Tom Kim, 60 to 1. KH Lee at 70 to 1. Ryan Fox, 125 to 1. Peter Quest, 130 to 1. And Garrick Higo as he go at 175 to 1. So that's what's going on. We still at 7.5x despite having a each way for 3 places. I like this kind of betting. It's the way I feel less exposed. I feel like I've got more clothes on than I should. I feel like I've got less clothes on and I have the body that I should. Either way, this is how I like to go betting now. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what cooks there. Moving into the placement markets. Let's find ourselves some matchups or some placement bets, which we're going to be kind of doing live outside of a few. We're going to be rocking and rolling Benny On, top 5. This guy, it's his best betting market. He's been inside the top 5 17% of the time. At plus 550, it's telling us 15% of the time. It's a shittier field. The guys playing this week are not nearly as good. Benny On's been inside the top 5 in these big-ass tournaments. So we love what Benny On can do. He makes tons of birdies. If we go over to his birdie or better record here, he's inside the top 5 for recent and, top 10 for baseline, which is last year. The green stuff is 2023 numbers for the most part, and the pink stuff is this season. So he's 8th last year, 5th this year. It's going to be a good time. The bogey avoidance, not necessarily where we're looking for, but he gets it going. Great around the greens, obviously, but look at this long iron proximity numbers for him. It's so much fun to see this guy hit long shots. Strokes gained from 150 to 200 for Benny on 10th. Strokes gained from, this is incorrect. Or maybe he's doesn't gain a lot of good strokes from there, but his good shot rate is 27th in the field. Let's double check this. I want to make sure that my numbers are right. Pulling this up. Let's go back to the source. By the way, I just gave, oh no, did I give it a, do I have it still? Please. I don't think it's going to do it for me. I had the farewell fiver lined up for us as well. Yes, it's still there. Okay, well, let's just do the farewell fiver while we're at it. It's going to be Adam Scott. It's going to be Tom Hoagie. It's going to be Maverick McNeely and Keith Mitchell. Those four guys. Adam Scott in round one's amazing. Versus, is it, who the hell's, which Kim is this? Kim. What does that even mean? Oh boy. Which Kim? I wouldn't have done Tom Kim, I don't think. I wouldn't have done Siwoo Kim. Okay, yeah. Siwoo doesn't make a ton of birdies. I don't know. I don't see him playing amazing out here today. Adam Scott in round one is his thing. He's number one in the model. We're going to take advantage of him in round one. Then we're going to go to Tom Hoagie versus Bryce Garnett and Daniel Berger. Bryce and Daniel, neither of them are playing great. Tom Hoagie playing amazing. Just can't quite get across the finish line. Hopefully he can do it for us in round one. We're going to go to him there. Then we're going to go to a guy by the name of Maverick McNeely over Joseph Bramlett and Ben Coles. Those two guys are not necessarily in the same stratosphere as Mav. I'll take that guy over them two any given day. And then give me Keith Mitchell in round one at a golf course that kind of requires some decent driving off the tee. Let's see what he can do. He's up against Ches Reavie and Nico Echeverria. So not the greatest guys. I feel like we've got the favorite in all of them at some plus money numbers. Let's see what these boys can get up to in round one. $5 on that bad boy to get you at 27-1 odds. So delightful stuff over there. Back to Benny On's situation. Benny. It's not Benny. It's Beyond. We just want to, I don't even know why I'm confirming this stuff. I already know, but just to make sure. So in the last 12 months from over 200 yards. Okay, so it is. His strokes gained, not necessarily the best, but the good shots, which is fine. That affords you tons and tons of birdie opportunities, and he's such a good scrambler around the green. He can get up and down just fine. So I think he's going to be great this week. Let's see what he can do. The good shot rates, pretty solid there from 200 and out. That's good to see. Over 150, still pretty random changes in stuff. It doesn't matter. Let's get back to business down the model. Yeah. So that's what Benny On's situation. We like his top five numbers. If you take a look, yeah, we've got a 16th and an 8th and a 21st in what? 3 of the last 5 starts. So thank you, Joanne. You too. Good luck this week. Also, by the way, I was just giving you a tough time about Rory. I never bet them last week either. And guess what? There we sit with egg on our face. Be our quest. Who's going to lift it into space? Yes. Dude, the top 3 stuff is not the worst thing in the world. I really we'll see. You know, the fact that I'm getting 7 extra turns still on that card. I know it's a bunch of long shot guys, but this is the tournament that I feel like you can lean into them. Will Zalatoris is out of the field now. Charlie Hoffman's out the field. Our big hitting guys are out. So let's see what they can do. Benny On, top 5. He's been doing it lots. Let's see what he can get up to this week. Adam Scott, plus 130. I think it's now plus 120 for a top 20. This dude is doing top 20s at a 53% rate. He's number 1 in the model, and we're getting even plus money for a top 20. He's doing it in designated fields, in big boy fields, in everywhere. Adam Scott's doing his thing. So I feel like number 1 in the model, this guy putts the best on this grass. We need to take advantage of him to one way or another. Plus 130 for a top 20 is the way we're going to go with Adam Scott. Let's see what he can do for us there in that frisky business. Spoken about Benny On. Jordan Spieth, we're going to leave alone, even though telling us to bet him top 20. Look at this disastrous return here for Jordan's. His odds are crap, so you can't ever get to him. Minus 120 for a top 20 rate. That's 26%. You know, like that's just ludicrous. You can't tell me that in the last 19 events, Jordan Spieth finishing top 20 only 1 every 4 times, and we're getting minus 110. I know it's in Texas, but that's a dumbass number. Can't go there. This value is from an old calculation. We're kind of doing this raw edge now. So this is where we're at. So Sungjae Im, I don't want to bet him. I want to play him in DFS. You know, the inconsistency is not for my betting profile. It's more for my DFS profile. We'll do that. Tom Hoagie, 7 top 20s in his last 10 starts. We're getting plus 162. I think that's down to plus 130 now, or plus 140. You're going to bet this guy for top 20, especially at a golf course where he's going to be making tons of birdies. If you take a look at his easy scoring, what's Tom Hoagie's easy scoring? 52nd in the field. Oh, yuck. But that's for the last 12 months. Let's see. Well, since 2023 began, that's what that is. But if you just take a look at what he's been up to, 12th, 14th, 18th, you know, the Zurich, we can leave that alone, whatever, it's a team event. So we've had some really good results the last little while. We've also had some interesting results here in the past. So I think he's going to find himself, I would say he's playing better golf than the last 2 years entering this week. Let's see what he can do. I mean, he's playing really, really good, really consistent golf for that top 20 market. The upside for Tom Hoagie, like me and Spencer spoke about, not quite there. All right. Sungjae Im, like we said, we're going to be betting him for a DFS situation. We'd like his volatility because look at this. We've got some interesting numbers going on with Sungjae. If you take a look at his like recent situation, off the tee, he's been phenomenal. The irons have been really poor, and so have the putter. But if you take a look at what his best iron range is, me and Spencer spoke about this on the Rotoballer PGA show. He's really bad from a proximity bucket that comes on the PGA Tour quite often. 150 to 200 in general on the PGA Tour average from 150 to 200 is 37% of shots. So basically a third of shots come from that range. This week, we're getting 35% of them. So it's basically this. Are we? Yes, I think we are. Yeah. Oh, no, I was looking at I'm looking at the right stuff. So it's, 35%. So it's still quite a lot, but he's also going to get a lot of these short proximity bucket numbers and these long irons where he's really, really solid. You know, 2/3 of the shots are going to be coming from there too. So it's not going to overemphasize his weakness right now, but let's see what he can get up to. So love him for DFS, not going to necessarily go to him betting wise, like I've said 3 million times already. So yes, you know, you can see his proximity numbers from 100 to 150, pretty darn good, considering he's been playing bad, atrocious from this range, and then he gets better again with the long irons. It's kind of weird. So we'll see. 2/3 of the shots from that range at a golf course that kind of suits his skill set. TPC Summerlin's a place he's played great at in the past as well. He's won there. So I don't mind Sungjae at all in DFS. I think he'll be one of the lower owned guys in the player pool for me. Donnie, love seeing you on so many shows now. Rising. Oh, yeah. Let's go, dude. I appreciate it. It's because of you that I'm able to do all this stuff. So I really appreciate you all for doing all of this. Siwoo Kim. So the crazy thing is everyone's betting Siwoo Kim. Dude, this guy's barely finished inside the top 5 this year. Barely. We're glomming on to a second place finish that he had here after finishing 55th and missing the cut. Like, I get it. He's playing great. We had a 6th place finish at the Players where he's played phenomenally. That course has shown that you can play some really good golf there repeatedly. Justin Thomas, Siwoo Kim, those kind of golfers, Max Homer, they tend to make the cut a lot more at that golf course. That's what Siwoo Kim does. Finished second year, now everyone's jumping to freaking conclusions. This guy's not sniffed the top of a leaderboard yet, and we're getting him at 16-1. That's ridiculous. So leaving him alone, the problem with that, though, is it means that we're going to get these betting markets with Siwoo Kim for a top 20 is minus 115. We can take a look, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be a fan of that. It's a terrible, like, look at this. He's finishing inside the top 20 only 29% of the time, basically 3 out of every 10 starts. But he's been playing solid lately. But even during those starts, it's been outside of that 6th place finish. His next best finish has been a 17th in his last 5 starts. It hasn't been amazing. So we'll see what goes on there. But I really want to just bet him for like a top 30. And maybe we just hammer him for top 30. So Siwoo Kim at minus 180 for a top 30 is probably the way to go. Minus 260 for a top 40. Let's see what the math tells us. If we go minus 260, for a top 40, Still, you see his odds are too crap. Like minus 260 in this field. He's top 40ing at a 63% clip. It's telling us he should be doing it 72% of the time. It's so close. You know what? Let's just do the top 30. We've got to try and take advantage of what this guy's up to. We've got to defend ourselves against him in one way or another. The top 30 market for him is minus 115. That's a doable. We'll see. We don't have top 30 numbers yet, so the metrics aren't going to work out, but we're going to go Siwoo Kim top 30. So we're going to bet him there. Then Jason Day, we're going to leave alone. Keith Mitchell, we're playing him in first round leader. Steven Yeager, let's bet him top 20. He's doing it 31% of the time typically. What are his odds for a top 20? Plus 145. I love that. It's going to be negative edge, but he's been playing some solid golf. Let's take a look here. In his last 5 starts, we've got 2 top 20s, including a win. So it's been kind of everywhere. Maybe we just leave him alone, actually. It's not telling us. We don't really have an edge there. So we're not going to do him. Will Zalatoris. We're going to delete another guy out of the model. Poor dude. See ya, Willie Z. Minwoo Lee, we're leaving alone. Tom Kim, obviously we're betting him. We've mentioned that already. Got the top 3 going on there. There's no market to bet him in that's been profitable the last little while. Maybe his odds give us a top. Yeah, the win market is his best. He wins a lot. Mackenzie Hughes, we're kind of fading. Taylor Montgomery, we're going to be playing in DFS quite a lot. He makes tons of birdies. Jake Knapp. Where was my man speaking about Jake Knapp? Donnie, I'll get to Tager here shortly. When you get to Knapp, well, his 200 plus iron play hurt him in top 20 market. No. Dude, Jake Knapp's. So the 200 plus iron play was. Let's see if we can go find it quickly. This is the thing about stats that I want to show you guys, because that you got to remember, we had Bay Hill where he made it 12, hit 1 million golf balls in the water. So look here, at the Texas Children's. Oh my God! So it's actually fine. He's actually okay. What's up with these long irons? Interesting. Wow. I wonder if he just hits like really bad ones every now and then. He hits a lot of green regulations, but that's not necessarily going to help you that much here. But he's just so boom or bust. He'll be okay. And the thing is, he hits it so damn far. His 200 plus iron play isn't even going to be. Maybe he's hitting those irons off the tee, but I don't see him being anywhere near the majority of the people on the approach side of things. If he's hitting driver, he's going to be 30 to 40 yards ahead of everybody. He hits it that far. So I'm not too concerned. He's almost going to be a full bucket, like at least a full 25-yard bucket ahead of the majority of people the way he drives the golf ball. I mean, look at his distance is ludicrous. So we'll see what's going on with Jake Knapp. We're betting him top 20, we're betting him top 5, and we're betting him top 10. So we're doing a bit of a ladder on Jake Knapp. We love Jake Knapp a lot this week, and it's because he's shown us some potential. He got hot early in the season. I understand that, and kind of fizzled away. But if you think about what he was doing, this guy was like a bouncer not so long ago, and then he was playing the Arnold Palmer Invitational, the Players, Houston, Texas Open, not the best finish there, whatever. The Masters, made the cut, the Masters. RBC Heritage, played there. We're going to all these golf courses in designated events. That's not his jam. I think his jam is playing these kind of golf courses where we can find Jake Knapp against Taylor Montgomery, Mackenzie Hughes, Bo Harster, not Scotty Scheffler and the likes, despite playing pretty nicely with Rory when he was in Florida at the Cognizant. So we're going to hope for the best from Jake and see if we can take advantage of his upside. So the top 20 number for Knapp is quite far down here. So top 5, 16 to 1. Top 10, 7 to 1. And top 20 is 320 plus 320. So 7 to 1 and plus 320 for a top 20, plus 700 for a top 10, and plus 1600 for a top 5 for Jake Knapp to win a unit each. So basically, you're betting 2/3 of a unit, not even, like 0.06 call it 0.1 of a unit. Just bet 0.1 of a unit to win 1.6 on the top 5. Then you can just bet 0.13 or 0.2 on the plus 700. Just win a unit. Whatever you need to do to win a unit, win your unit back, and then just bet your third of a unit to win the top 20 bet there, to win your unit back there. That should be a fun little bet. Let's see what can go on with our boy Jake. Cool bananas. Bo Hassler, we kind of like in DFS. We like him in Texas. He hasn't necessarily brought his best stuff the last little while, but maybe he can get it going. I like him in Texas. Let's see. Go Bo. Kevin Yu, do we want to bet this guy for top 10? He just shows up inside the top 10 like it's his job. He's got as many top 10s as he does top 20s. So Kevin Yu does that 17% of the time. If we go to here and turn it into a top 10 and find Kevin Yu for a top 10, he is plus 600. Yes, baby. I love those kind of odds. Yes, beautiful. So give me Kevin Yu on a ball striking paradise. Give me a place where Kevin Yu, take a look at this guy's long proximity numbers. They're pretty darn good. We're about to peel out of here, but Kevin Yu, he's our guy. If he can't do it, no one can. We'll see what he can get up to. 17th in the field in strokes gained from 200 plus. Hits a lot of good shots from 150 to 200. Not the greatest wedge player in the world. That's okay. We'll see what happens there. So Kevin Yu for a top 10. Let's do that. Gary Kigo, we've obviously bet outright. We're going to also be betting Doug Gim for a top 20, I think. Let's take a look here. What's Doug been up to the last little bit? Dougity Doug. Been a bit rough since we kind of jumped on him. Let's leave him alone. It's kind of gone astray. Ryan Moore, we'll leave him alone too. I think that's going to... Andrew Novak. I like Andrew Novak quite a lot. And his top 10 rate's been pretty dandy this last little while. Let's bet Andrew Novak for a top 10 if that makes sense for us. I think I did want to bet Ryan Moore, but we're going to leave that alone. And we're going to leave Doug Gim alone. And then Andrew Novak. And then we're going to get out of here. I guess I got to do Tega quickly. Andrew Novak for a top 10 plus 700. Boom. That's going to be amazing. Okay. That should give us a 13% edge. Beautiful. Andrew Novak. Yes. Beautiful. All right. So that's going to be it. I don't even have time for Tega. We're hitting the basement, folks. It's time to buckle down. Have yourselves an amazing rest of your week. Be good out there. Stay safe. Bunker down if you're in the Midwest. I know you've got a bunch of Iowa folk watching. You guys stay safe. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Peace.